you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow. Yeah.
Ooh, Carmen, welcome back to another episode of Sweet Gravy. I almost think I forgot how to do that.
That's funny.
Is everything recording? Are we good?
Yeah, we're all good.
I think so. Oh, man, it's been forever and a day since we've been here. Sorry for being late. How late are we?
We're just 2 weeks off.
2 weeks off? Oh, man. It's been a nice little vacation, though.
Yeah, it has been. Well, first off, thank you to everybody who listened. And, sorry it's been 2 weeks, but we're back at it.
We have, there were a couple of people who have been wondering where we've been, the absence of.
Yeah.
We were strucken with the sickness.
Yeah, we got it. It finally got us, Kirk. After all this time.
They got us, yeah.
The COVID finally caught up to us, so.
You had gotten it, and then I got it a couple days after.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of just ran its course, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny because last October I went to Las Vegas, and I went to a concert for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with, thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
And the first night people were in masks. The second night a little bit less, and then the third night everybody was just going free and wild. And I figured I was gonna get it there.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that I got it hanging out on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but it's the new variant right now. This apparently that's what they say anyway.
Yeah,
this new variant that's going around is
easy to catch.
easy to catch, yeah.
But not as
bad apparently.
Yeah, but I had a buddy, and he actually got it, the original, the COVID-19.
The original.
And he didn't have any side effects or anything from it, symptoms from it. He was just tested positive for it. Mm-hmm. And then he got this one.
He was the
also.
super spreader.
Yeah, he was the super spreader. And then he got this one, and he said he was knocked out for a long time.
Oh yeah.
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 He said it took everything out of him, but. It happens to different people different ways.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I felt pretty bad for some days, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I got a small taste of every symptom, but nothing lasted too long.
One day you couldn't taste anything, but then it came back.
Yeah.
And then.
Well, I had the diarrhea for 3 days first. That's how it started.
How's the song go?
I don't know.
When.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
I don't know how it goes.
I can't remember either. But yeah, I got everything. I got that first, and then I had a night of the chills, and I think I had a fever that night. That was just like one night, and now I just still got the coughs. Mm-hmm. They're still lingering on.
Right.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
That's it.
And then I lost my taste on a day where I made short ribs. Mm-hmm. So I'm not happy about that. Like I still
wasted the meal.
You know how much short ribs fucking cost?
Uh-huh.
Like, what was it? I paid $40 for 7?
Meat's expensive.
Short ribs especially are expensive. I was going to go with the oxtails. The oxtails were more expensive and they take longer to cook. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, looking at the time and then I'm like, I might as well just pay $5 less, get the short ribs.
Right.
And there's probably 2 hours difference in the cook time.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I did that and then I couldn't taste them.
Yeah.
I was like, Kirk, taste these carrots. Can you taste it? I was like, I kept putting extra salt.
I know. Extra salt, extra butter. Carmen's go-tos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where all the flavor is.
It's funny. We've had this time off together, and I downloaded a video game that I thought that you might like. Mm-hmm. It's called Overcooked 2. Mm-hmm. And you're a cook person, and you gotta prep the food, cook the food, plate the food, serve the food, wash the dishes. You got to do all the things that you do on a day to day, right?
I don't wash no dishes.
No, but you want to, right?
No,
Oh,
never.
okay. Well.
It's the worst thing. Even on a game, we never had dishes.
Uh huh.
You like, you gotta go wash the dishes. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, okay, I'll wash the dishes. But you've been like really into it. You love it. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
you want to play one more, just one more, just one more. Oh man.
Some of it is a little bit hard, but yeah, it's pretty much, it's a cook game. So you're preparing the food and then you're putting it out to the customers and you got to wash your own plate. So you're pretty much running the whole thing
Right.
single-handedly
You got
with your partner.
you got little recipes you got to follow.
Yeah.
And you're like, I got to do this and then this and then this and then
Yeah. And then the tickets pop up on the board so you know what's supposed to go on each plate.
right. And sometimes you make a plate that isn't on the board and then you just wasted all that time and it's like and then each order has a timer. And then you like see like negative, and then like we've started some levels where like we play it through the first time, and you have to figure out like what they actually want you to do. And we've played some levels where we've got like negative $100.
Yeah.
We're like, oh,
Well, and then there's also some boards that the actual board will like move around, so it might block one area and then let one area be open, and then
Right.
switch back and forth. So you
Yeah.
kind of gotta decide what is most important at the time. So it's all strategy, really.
like we had one where there was like a conveyor belt between us. And so we had to and a button to switch where the conveyor belt went. And so we'd have to be like, okay, here you go, hit the button, you give me something, I give you something. A lot
Yeah,
of
you're like, I
teamwork.
need plates, I need this, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then yeah, it's interesting.
The funniest thing is whenever we'll be doing anything and I don't need anything from you, so I'm not like talking to you because I'm doing my own thing, and then I look over and you're just standing there,
Oh yeah, you get so you like,
and
Carmen,
I'm like,
do
you gotta
something.
do something.
And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what's going
But
on first.
You work in a kitchen and you know that guy that's not doing anything, you're like, why isn't he doing anything?
But if he doesn't know what's going on, I'm not gonna expect him to be doing something. He has no clue what's going on right now.
right.
You know what I mean? Some people just jump in there, but on that video game, the buttons mess me up. I'm like, okay, X do this. Like, I'd be forgetting what the buttons do.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Yeah. You gotta work on your, because you can throw food.
Oh yeah, and I always throw it instead of chop it.
You throw it instead of chop it.
And I'm like,
But
God damn it!
I'm getting good at the throwing. I can throw the food from where it's at right onto the cutting board sometimes.
Or right into the pot to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
cool.
like, yeah, I'm boss.
I talked to the girls at work about that game, and they were like, Carmen, you take your work home? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. I cook at home. I
Right.
play cooking video games. We watch cooking shows.
When I was on Catalina, Minecraft had just kind of popped up on the consoles. And it's a game where you can like build things, you dig things, and there's like a dungeon underneath the game, and there's like skeletons you can fight, but you gotta like make your weapons and stuff. And we had to dig underneath this propane tank because there's some slough that got underneath there, and it was touching the propane tank, so it might have gotten rusted out if we just left it there. So we had to dig it out, and then after we're done, I'm like unwinding, gonna play some video game. I play some Minecraft. The reason I had it was because it's a procedurally generated video game. So basically it takes like a number and it creates the world off of that number, and every time you play it's actually different. But games like that don't have a lot of memory because it's all just based on like numbers. And we had bad Wi-Fi there, so you can't really download anything that's like a big file.
Yeah.
So I had a super small file, and I started playing this Minecraft after work, and then this guy who I work with, he was like, because I'm digging trying to get to the dungeon, and he's like, "Oh, you taking your homework with you, huh? The same thing." And then I had enough after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know. It's a world that I understand, and I like it. You know what I mean? In a perfect world, my goal is to be able to go to work. That's what they say, right? You're supposed to have a job that you enjoy going to, so it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
And with cooking, I've had multiple jobs where it is fun and it don't feel like work. So I guess I'm always, even though the industry is completely fucked right now,
Right.
I'm constantly chasing that high I got from working at a place where it never felt like I would just be there hours after work talking to people, hanging out. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like work. It was like, oh, these are all my friends, and like
Right.
we get things done. But yeah, so much for that
Yeah.
right now. But
Oh, it'll get back to where it once was
it will.
sooner
Yeah,
or later.
they projecting that like next year, but also then you get a report that like, oh, more COVID variants are out, and it's like, oh, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. And it's like it just won't stop.
it's not stopping.
yeah.
It's like we have no idea. We think we this big bad country, and you know what they do in China? Don't come outside. And then they don't come outside, and then they don't have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're doing a lot better than we are because the citizens are scared of the government and they actually listen. Here, you can't tell people to stay home. Like
And like we already did that.
I don't remember seeing all these Karen videos before COVID popped up. I don't know, but I feel
Well,
like
it's certainly
it started
I mean,
before, but like it wasn't this bad.
the thing is, and then you had the Black Lives Matter that happened right around
Yeah.
the same time, which pushed that, and then you did get those people, and then they're wrangled into you had that family that was like showing their guns off to people, you know, and then they'll look at that Karen and what's a Chad? Is that the male version of a Karen? Is a Chad?
I don't know.
Uh,
Everybody a fucking Karen at this point.
Yeah, like there's actually a movie that I saw because I've been watching a lot of movies lately because I've been home. There's a movie called Karen about a Karen. No, the thing reads racist evil white lady trying to kick a nice black family out of her neighborhood is what the description on the Amazon reads.
Yeah.
For the movie Karen.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
It's like there's some Karens that's really nice, and like their name is destroyed right now. They can't call. They called a food place, and they're like, "What's the name? Karen?" And people are a little bit giggly, and you know what they do when they put your order on the board? We got a Karen, guys. Be careful about this one.
Yeah,
like,
get it right.
and you ain't did nothing wrong. Like, who decided that word was what we were gonna use?
I'm gonna have to start going by my middle name.
Like, we could have called it a Sarah, a Cindy,
Right.
like whatever, but they chose Karen. I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, like you were saying before, like COVID was one of those things where people want to tell other people what to do.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect time for everyone to be, hey, you need to do this. It gives them this little bit of authority to be like, you have to put that mask on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Some people like it. They like to have
tell
that
other
power.
people, yeah, to have that little tiny power over a person. I can tell you by law to put that mask on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care that much. You know what I mean? If I see somebody, it's like, I'm not going to be like, hey, you need to get that on. But,
Well, recently we were able to not wear the mask, and now they've reinstated locally in our place to wear the mask again. And you see some people that don't.
right.
Like I was in Walgreens, I think, and there's a man with no mask, and everybody was just like, like that guy's not wearing it. But nobody told him he had to wear it. You know, so I think that people are tired of being told what to do, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like, well, he doesn't want to. He's one of those people, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, and it's also individual businesses, kind of like whatever they want to do as well.
Right.
And so you more so have to respect that. Like people who argue, like, oh my God, it's my right, not in the individual person's business. They own it. This is the rules to come in. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. It's
Right.
that simple. People like to put up a fight, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I read an article the other day. You know who Ana de Armas is? she's like this new, like, up and coming actress. She was in the last James Bond movie.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a Cuban, Spanish type of person,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been in some movies. Knock Knock with Keanu. Knives Out. She was in.
I'm not a fan of Keanu.
You don't like the Keanus?
I don't know. I like him in Hardball.
The movie sucks.
I know, but as a kid, that movie was so cool.
But so some people are suing. Oh, I think it's Paramount. I can't remember. But she was in a movie. She filmed in a movie called Yesterday, and the plot of that movie was basically a guy wakes up one day and nobody remembers that the Beatles existed. So none of their songs existed, and then he starts writing Beatles songs, and then he becomes famous. And she was in that movie. She filmed some scenes for it, and then whenever they were doing the editing in the movie, they took out all of her scenes, but she's still in the trailer. And so these people, they watched the movie, they rented it off the Amazon,
Thinking she was in it.
thinking she was in it, and she wasn't in it.
Well, why did they take her out?
Just because she was like a side plot, like a side love interest that the main character had, and then they decided that they didn't want him to think that, they didn't want people to see him interacting with another woman.
Yeah, they just changed it up.
So they
pretty
just
much.
they just pulled it out.
Yeah, that has to be annoying for her to do all that work, and then it's like, oh, we'll pay you, but you're not gonna be in it. It's like, yeah, I need to get paid, but I also need to be in that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Marlon Wayans was supposed to be Robin at some point in one of the Batman movies, and he got paid for like getting retained, but he never actually did anything. So
That would be a horrible Robin.
You think so?
I mean, it's gonna be a comedy. It's not gonna be a serious one. Robin Williams have a hard time being super
I
serious.
don't know. Have you ever seen Requiem for a Dream?
I saw that one.
Yeah,
But he still look goofy, even when he's trying to be serious.
I don't know. But so they're suing this this movie company because they false advertisement. This girl's not in the movie, and I bought it to see her in the movie.
Oh, specific, like it's like a class action lawsuit.
It's two people, but I think that they want to push it into a class action because they're like suing for a couple $1 million.
Everybody who bought a ticket needs to be suing
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah. But the movie came out. The movie came out like 2019. Like it's 3 years old. So I mean, I don't know. It's funny that because it's just now, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
we gotta. I feel lied to. I remember.
that's so funny because people are trying to get money from everything.
I remember one time I went to go see Def Leppard and Journey in concert. It was like a double header, and Journey came out, and the MC man, he said that Def Leppard was gonna play first. But then Journey comes out and they start playing, and then my buddy, he was looking at the band and he was looking at a picture on the ticket, and he's like, they lied to us. It's just a tribute, and we're like, it's the other band, man. He would have sued those people for Ana de Armas.
Yeah, he was upset about that.
He was upset until we're like, dude, it's they're coming on next.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, like I said, people are trying to get money from anything. My whole thing is, who has the time to go through suing over something like that? It's like, at the end of the day, do you want the money from it, or do you?
It seems
so silly.
Yeah, it's silly. It's like, oh, it's a couple guys, because it's like two people that filed the lawsuit, right? And it's kind of like
I feel like after a couple years, that's it. You
I
don't
feel
get to-
like it would be like if I was sitting there talking to my buddy and we're like, yeah, we should sue them because, you know, I wanted to see Ana de Armas
yeah,
on there, and she wasn't on there. You know, it's just like, you know, we could sue them, and then they do it.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
Crazy, yeah.
We also watched Meet the Blacks too.
Meet the Blacks 2. Oh, what was the next door?
Yeah, it was
Something?
something. It was a haunted
The
show.
Neighbors
it
Next
was
Door?
a comedy horror.
So Meet the Blacks, the first one was kind of a parody off of the Purge movies, where all these people go and they try to kill the blacks. And this one was more of a spoof of vampire movies. Man, Cat Williams, hilarious. He's so good.
Yeah, he is good.
The
People like to say whatever they want, but he is like his personality is.
Whenever
just,
you watch him on that movie, Meet the Blacks 2, you're like, he's hilarious to watch. The way he says things, like, and then
the way he look after he say them.
Yeah, the way he look at people. I loved it. I thought that movie was hilarious. And if they do make a part 3, which they kind of tease at the end of it, I'm right there with it. I'm gonna be there. Meet the Blacks. That's
no,
my
I think it was perfect to have Mike Epps with Cat Williams because they're good together, being in movies together.
Yeah.
Their personalities work well together. And then Lil Duval was a good touch, like to throw in there.
Right. Cronut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not the best actor, but people like him.
It's funny because they kind of tamed his character down from the first
definitely.
one. Because he was like in his like wave cap and he was just kind of wearing like gym clothes, you know,
all the time. Yeah.
And they kind of classed him up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's crazy because normally he dresses really nice. Like he's into, I don't know, just like guys from where I'm from. They want to be looking fly. They want to go to the club and everybody like, look what he got on. Like he dresses like that. Like people from where I'm from. So I don't think he'd ever be out with a wave cap on in public, like doing that. So that's funny. Lil Duval, like I was telling you, he made a rap song that made it on the top 100. That was actually all over the radio and everything.
Is that the one where all those people come?
No, not
out?
that one. It was that song, "Living My Best Life." Like, you remember that song?
Yeah.
I ain't going back and forth. Yeah, he made that song. And it was everywhere.
Right.
And he a comedian. And then when he does the performances, he be dancing funny and like everybody be
Silly.
laughing. Yeah, he just like
He's super silly.
he like, look at me, I got a record deal. Like, and I'm a comedian. He making fun of it the whole time.
Right.
Like people have tried their whole life to like get a #1 song or get a song like to go like that.
Right.
And
Like
he
Eddie
was-
Murphy. He wanted to be a singer, man.
Yeah.
That was a dream of his.
Oh my God, Lunel was like, Eddie has some songs. It's like, all right, but let's not get crazy, because you know she defend Eddie so much. She'll be like, you ain't gonna talk about Eddie in front of me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, Eddie has some songs too, and Vlad named them. Just kind of laugh like,
Right.
but he ain't no singer though. Like, let's get.
He wanted to be though.
Yeah, you just can't be anything you want to be,
Why not?
because sometimes you just can't do things.
I don't know.
Singing is a talent. You gotta know. I mean, some people can train. They might have a little bit of it. They train a little bit, and they might be decent enough. I don't think Britney Spears is a good singer. I think she's horrible.
You really think so?
Yeah, I mean, I think she had the whole package. Like, she could swing her hair, and like she wasn't too bad looking. And she's not ugly.
When she came out with that,
She was
song.
really. She
But
was.
she came out with that song, "My Prerogative."
She had a lot of sex appeal back then.
Perfect.
Don't
Perfect song
say
for her.
she came out with that song.
That's
That's Bobby Brown's song,
It's
My
one of her
Prerogative.
biggest hits, Carmen.
Britney Spears decided to, and I'm sure she had to pay Bobby Brown because he a crackhead. And you think he giving her that song for free? Well, wherever he took it from, because I don't think it's his song either.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
The rest of the New Edition wrote it.
No, I don't know. It was the Bobby Brown thing.
But yeah, she had one of my favorite things of Britney Spears is in Spring Breakers, and James Franco, he's sitting on the piano. He's like, "This is from one of the best songsters we've ever had, Miss Britney Spears." And they're playing the song. I can't even remember what song it was. What is it? I love it. I love seeing them sing that song.
I like some of Britney stuff. I'm a slave for you.
Yeah, it was a good
It was
song.
like, that was popping. That was pretty good. But right now she out of control, I guess.
The thing is, like, all of those pop songs from that era, like, you listen to the Backstreet's Back, like, you listen, you know, you're like, they got good music behind it, Carmen.
I feel like I like all those songs. I
Right.
like all those bands.
They were catchy for a reason.
I was definitely into TRL when it was on. I was like, looking at TRL, you see all these people. Then you go and you see the magazines. And I used to always look through all the magazines in the store. Then they start putting signs up like, you can't look at the magazines.
They wouldn't let you?
Yeah, they don't let you look at magazines in a store because
Oh.
people will walk to the store and read the whole magazine and then set it back down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so it's like a lot of stores, CVS's and stuff like that. Sometimes, depending on how many people are doing it, they'll put signs up that say you're not allowed to read the magazines.
Right.
Because I definitely used to be that person.
Don't peruse.
Yeah, I would walk around
Right.
the store and just like look at all the pictures and stuff and who was in it.
Uh-huh.
Like when B2K and Bow Wow was out and like Word Up magazine was popular. Yeah, I would look at all the stuff and then I put the magazine back down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna buy it, but I did buy a lot of them. But
Right.
I didn't buy all of them that I looked through for sure.
You know, it's funny because nowadays you don't. All the stuff's online.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I
You
haven't
don't
bought
need
a
to-
magazine
yeah,
since
you
I
don't
was a
need to buy
teenager.
magazine. You go to. I think the only places I ever see the magazine rack, which used to be like a huge like part of the display as you're walking out. Now it's at Walgreens and it's just a little tiny like booth like that.
Yeah, I looked at the magazines a few days ago when I went to the grocery store, and
Even
think-
that, even at the Hannaford, the big grocery store we have
Yeah,
here,
it's just a
it's
small
just a
rack.
little tiny rack of just a couple magazines.
yeah, I didn't see any. I seen one with like the new up and coming rappers on it, and then I saw one with Tom Brady on it,
Uh-huh.
and then one with the Kardashians on it, and then that was it.
Right.
And it was like you said, I listen to that on podcast or I see it on YouTube. I don't need to pick up a magazine and like,
Right.
I don't know. It's weird because kids get into it. Like right now, what's that group, BTS?
The K-pop.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like these little girls got them pictures. Like they get the magazines to get those large pictures out of it to put on their walls.
Right.
Like we did that when we were kids, but
Yeah.
they sell a lot of magazines just so the girls can get the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm older now, so I guess I'm not into it, but it still is a market for some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But I'm not gonna buy a Tom Brady.
You don't want a Tom
Nah.
Brady poster?
No, he's
not?
like young, old looking.
He
look young and
he
old.
does look young, doesn't he?
He look young and old at the same time.
I remember there was a season where he had like long hair. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
was like, look at Tom Brady with that long hair.
I feel like he's getting older, but he's taking stuff to make him look younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like he got all the nutrition stuff and all these things and all these vitamins and all these different regiments and things that money can buy.
On Netflix, there's a Paul Rudd show. It's called Living with Yourself,
Mm-hmm.
where like he goes to a place and they kind of make a clone of him,
Mm-hmm.
and they take out like negative things, and then they show Tom Brady at the clinic. It's so funny because it's like, and then they want to make fun of Tom. Everything Tom Brady does, they want to make fun of.
Nobody liked the
Nobody
person who
liked-
wins all the time. They're like, yeah, he's a winner. But then when you keep winning, when it gets to the point where it's unexplainable, like, how does he keep winning? It's like now things come up. It's like, he winning because of the coach. He Like, everybody got all these things to say. They got, I don't know.
I love, because we are in, Patriots territory.
Right.
I love there's a vehicle like lives around us, and they have a Patriot
Symbol. Sticker on the.
sticker on their car, but it's got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like logo on the hat, and it's red. It's not blue. I love it. It's great. He's like, I'm a Brady man.
Yeah.
He's like, yep, I'm sticking with Brady. I'm a Tampa Bay dude now.
I mean,
But with that sticker, you're like, he's a Pats fan, but I'm going with the Brady.
I think that Tom Brady, he figured out because it's not like he's the quarterback, so it's not like he's the one taking all the hits and doing all this stuff. Like, he figured out the strategy and how to beat the game. The same way like Mayweather did it. Like Mayweather figured out a strategy to, if you just move and don't get hit, you still win. Even though I didn't knock anybody out, I didn't throw any big punches. He got tired. I hit him a few times and then I won. So he figured out that the same strategy with boxing, where I'm gonna work smarter, not harder. I think Tom Brady does that for the most part. Like, he's like, okay, if you go here, then we gonna win this. Just listen. And when he have teams that listen to him, typically they win. Right now, I don't know how it's going. I know the guy at work, he wants to talk about all these teams and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't know anything about this.
Right.
Today he's telling me about the the Bears.
Mhm.
It's like, who cares about the Bears?
A lot of people
Apparently.
like the Bears.
I know, and he loves the Bears.
There's no bandwagon for the Bears, so the Bear fans are deep.
Yeah,
You know, because the Bears haven't been good for a long time. So if you meet a Bears fan, they're a Bears fan.
yeah,
Kind of like Tigers.
yeah. And he said, "You from Detroit? You don't like the Lions?"
Right?
I'm like,
Lions,
no.
yeah.
They always lose. Why would I like the losing team?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So apparently, I'm not a good fan.
No.
Yeah, that's funny how that works. Where you're from a certain state and they're like, "Oh, you have to be this."
Mm-hmm.
Like here, on those game days, if like the Patriots was playing and Tom Brady was on the Patriots still,
Mm-hmm.
they used to be crazy around here. If you went to a bar and you were like talking about the other side, like you might get into a fight.
Nah.
Maybe not, but people might be mean to you.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I think people get crazy over the football
No.
games.
No, I don't think so.
No,
No.
I don't think.
People are fairly respectable.
Yeah, they are.
You know.
But-
They'll be like, okay. Like, I know that a buddy of mine, he was a Steelers fan.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have a place that they would go during the football season in Los Angeles. They would like at first it was at this place, and it turned into this place, you know, just because. And they would all meet up at the game at a little congregation, so you could be with your brethren.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I don't know. I feel like around here you go to the classier bars, but if you went to some of the trash bag bars I went to, you might think differently. What you just said.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, what else is going on? So I was telling you about this, and you're not really interested in things going on social media. Like I'm into all the gossip blogs, the reality TV shows, those things. So Cardi B just sued Tasha K. She won upwards of
Tasha K is
a blogger. She's a YouTuber. She do like kind of like a podcast show
Right.
on YouTube every week, and but it's like a live show where people call in and like I don't know. Do you know how to do that? A live show where people can call in.
yeah, you can do it.
Oh well, I don't know. It seems difficult. She got a whole team working for her. What
Yeah,
are they
yeah.
all doing?
You gotta have a whole team. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the whole team.
Right. Yeah, you can do it because we can plug the phone into this. That's how we do guests.
Yeah.
Stuff. You
So-
can plug the team, and then you just pipe the camera into the laptop
Mm-hmm.
as though that's your webcam.
Mm-hmm.
You can just live stream right onto YouTube.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So she does it, and she started getting a pretty big following. I think she was one of those people that like paid money to get verified though, to like somehow like finagle the system to get more subscribers and stuff.
Right.
But either way, she started getting a big following, and then she kept on dragging Cardi B on the internet, saying all these nasty things
Also,
about
another
her.
way to get followers.
Exactly. But Cardi B decided to sue her, and it's been going on for 4 years now, and she actually took the time out and the money out and was like, I'm gonna get this girl. Like, I know that this girl don't got that much money while she want to be running her mouth, so I'm gonna
Right.
take everything from her. And it's like, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's vindictive to go for 4 years after somebody, or do you feel like you disrespect?
This happened 4 years ago.
Yes. Well, she's been doing
Oh, I thought it was new.
the lawsuit. She filed the lawsuit 4 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
You
But
see, you never
COVID
told me that.
COVID and everything pushed a lot of stuff back. So she's been going through this for this amount of time. That's what I'm saying. That's a long time to be like, I'm gonna keep
I
going back
didn't
and
realize
forth.
that this was 4 years.
Yeah, this
old.
not. What you think? You file a lawsuit and you get the judgment tomorrow?
Well, you act like it's a new case.
She just won.
Okay.
That's why it's news.
Do I think what?
Do you think it's crazy to spend 4 years of your life being like, I'm gonna get this girl back for telling lies?
I think
on
it's
me,"
something you can put on the back burner.
and have other people deal
Right.
with.
Yeah. File
Yeah.
the paperwork and then we'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
You're Cardi B. You got other things you got to do.
Mhm.
But I got that too.
Yeah.
Just
And I'm
waiting
like-
for that.
And I'm gonna get her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she didn't got this girl. She about to take everything. They about to put a lien on her house, her business. She about to
So
take everything.
she basically reported that Cardi B has herpes. You said.
She said herpes. She said that she was doing nasty stuff when she was a stripper and like all these things that she really didn't know was true. She was just saying it.
Right.
She was saying stuff about her kid and like the kid's father is not actually the dad. Like, she just saying anything to get views. Nothing that. So they pretty much proved that everything she said was a lie. And then it was like, where'd you get this information from? And she was like, she pretty much did it for views. She admitted that on a stand, that she did it for like viewership.
And the thing is with a person like Cardi B is you can just like let her, like, you can literally just say what she says and then she looks like a bad enough person. Like, she said that she used to like take people's money, you know, like men's monies. She would go to their house and then drug them and like steal from them. Like, she said that.
Well, she said like, yeah,
said
she
that.
go home with the
Yeah,
guy
I'll go home with the
afterwards. They
guy.
drinking and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and as soon as they fall asleep, she
They fall
might
asleep.
get 'em.
I take the stuff and then I go.
Yeah. What do you think comes with being a stripper? Some of those things. Not everybody do shady stuff.
I know,
it's
but what
part
I'm
of the
saying is
business.
you don't have to slander somebody. You can just say what they say, and then you don't get sued. You don't have to say somebody's got herpes. They're already a thief. Herpes isn't going to make you any worse, you know?
Yeah, I guess, but still, it's just, but it's a lie. Some people don't like being lied on. It's like, it's one thing if you telling the truth about somebody, but when you're just blatantly making up lies, it's
Right.
like, how dare you? And who are you to like do this to me?
Right.
Like, I'm gonna get you.
I'll get you.
Well, it paid off, and now she got this settlement over $3 million that this girl got to pay. She's about to take her for everything, and everybody's been following it. So I've been listening to how it's playing out.
Right.
So, and then what else is in the news right now? Did you hear the documentary about Hugh Hefner coming out? I don't know what network, if it's Showtime or who's airing it, but Hugh Hefner has a documentary, and they're pretty much detailing like all the gross things that he did behind the scenes of the Playboy Mansion. And then on the Breakfast Club, they were like, isn't that what's supposed to happen in the Playboy Mansion? Don't
Right.
all the girls know when you go there, you're going to have to do stuff?
Right.
But they were saying he was making them do stuff with animals. Like,
I don't know. That's pretty weird. But I mean, he did have animals there. Like, that's a thing. He had like a whole zoo.
this one
like, at
girl
the
said
mansion.
that it was a German Shepherd that she had to go down on.
Uh-huh.
Like, what girl would say that in public?
I don't know.
Do you want to be known as that girl? Like, why would you say it if it's not true? I don't know. But I'm going to watch the documentary. It
Oh,
seems
you are?
interesting. Yeah, you're going to watch it with me.
No, I don't need to see that. Why?
You didn't have Playboy magazines?
Huh?
You had Playboy magazines?
Did I ever?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've had a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never had magazines.
I don't need to read about the guy. You know?
Because Playboy was all about the girls anyway.
No,
right?
it's about the articles.
Oh.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, right.
It's true.
It's so funny.
They had nice reviews of like upcoming tech and stuff. You're like, if I want to know about the gadgets, you get a Playboy. That's why you get it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Do you think all teenage kids should get a Playboy?
Well, now I think it's fine because they took out
Yeah.
all the bad stuff. If I don't even know if it's still a magazine anymore.
I don't think so. Well, I
But
haven't
I
heard
know-
about it, but it could.
But I know they made it into a non-nude thing back in like the teens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you get a magazine for then?
For the articles, Carmen.
All right. So what's this thing with them redesigning the M&Ms?
So after much discussions, Mars M&M brand is redesigning the M&Ms. They're changing the way that their bodies look. The green M&M is getting rid of they had like go-go boots. And
Somebody
now they're gonna
said
have sneakers.
somebody said online the green M&M is a slut, and I was like, where did that come from?
Right.
I had no idea why they posted that.
Well, supposedly, I think the green M&Ms were supposed to make you horny at some point. Was the rumor? So the green one was kind of the sexy one. The red M&M is he's apparently people feel that his attitude is bullyish, so they're gonna change his attitude. He's gonna be more inclusive and not pick on
my
the other ones.
God, Jesus Christ! Who, like, what do you mean?
Yeah, Carmen, they're changing the M&Ms for the better of the world.
We went to where were we at in New York when we went to the M&M place?
Yeah,
What was it? It was a factory or something, right?
it was just a store.
Yeah.
It was
pretty
at
a M&M outlet.
yeah, it wasn't an outlet. It was the Primo.
Yeah.
Outlets is on 5th.
Yeah.
Right.
On 5th.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a Times Square.
Yeah.
We were at the M&M store. They had everything. Anything you could ever dream of that you wanted an
Anything
M&M
that
logo on
Eminem
it.
ever made,
They
anything.
had it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and so then one of the things that they had there was the progression of the M&Ms. Like
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
walk through the panel and you'd be like, "This is what M&Ms were looking." Then, so are they gonna have the horrible evil characters, and then the new ones next to them? Or are they just gonna get rid of the bullying red M&M?
I don't know. People get into stuff like that for it even to be a news story and for me to start seeing it on Facebook.
Right.
Like, what is they talking about? The green M&M is.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, is that it?
If you're satisfied.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.